the Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Braylon, and I want to sit down tonight and talk to you guys about the Taurus New Moon. The moon has entered Taurus. It's about 2 degrees right now. The new moon is actually happening, if you want to be very precise. The new moon is happening on May 4th, around 4, I believe. I think it's happening at 13 degrees. So as I record this, the moon has just shifted into Taurus. I felt very led to record the new moon video for Taurus now. For those of you who don't know, I have a Taurus moon. My moon is 0 degree Taurus, so the moon is kind of hanging around where my moon was when I was born. So I'm very much feeling these Taurus vibrations, especially after what we experienced during the moon shift through Aries. So yeah, guys, just want to talk a little bit about the Taurus new moon and what it might mean. And then, of course, at the end of the video, I'll pull tarot messages for all the 12 zodiac signs. So welcome to the new moon in Taurus, you guys. Alright, every month we have a new moon. For those of you who watch my videos, you know I like to come on here and talk about the full moon and the new moon cycle. So we've reached another point of a month where we can set intentions and plant seeds. So I think that this energy is very symbolic and important when it comes to planting seeds, because we are dealing with Taurus energy, which is a fixed earth sign. So we've got a lot of grounded stability here, you guys, for these metaphorical seeds to actually have a very physical, you know, Taurus is earth. So whenever we have a new moon in an earth sign, we are literally planting seeds, and Taurus is all about the tangible, the material, like what you can see, the reality realm, okay, what's grounded, the pinnacle energy in tarot. So as far as these intentions, you guys, be very mindful of what you're setting the intention for with this full moon, with this new moon in Taurus, because it is going to grow. It is going to be, well, you know, we're going to have to nurture it and stuff like that, and nourish it with water, just like any seed and any flower, any plant. And Taurus is really good with that kind of energy. So for those of you who are taking this opportunity to set new intentions, be very mindful of this very realistic Taurus energy. Taurus is that grounded, practical energy. So it's very important that we're doing physical things for this new moon. The more physical, the better. I had an idea earlier. This new moon, every new moon, I write out my intentions and then I burn those intentions on the full moon. But I think this month, I'm actually going to bury my new moon letter. And I just wanted to share that with you guys in case anyone else wanted to take part in that with me. I'm still letting my guides kind of show me what it is that I should do, but I did get very led to do that earlier. Like, why don't I just like bury my new moon intentions and literally dig it up on the full moon in Scorpio and burn it. I'll probably put it in some kind of, like, I don't know if I'm gonna bury it because if it rains, you know, I don't know, but I think things like that, if you guys want to write a letter to Mother Earth, okay, Taurus is that Gaia energy. So yeah, I think literally planting things, definitely getting outside in nature. You know, Taurus is very much linked to nature and Mother Earth and all those vibrations. If you can get out and ground barefoot, walk barefoot on the grass, that'd be very, very good energy to help ground you with this Taurus energy even further. It is a fixed sign, you guys, so this is important when it comes to stability and balance. And another thing I wanted to mention here is that this new moon is briefly featuring the planet Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus for the next 7 years. So this is a very Uranian new moon. The first new moon that we've had with Uranus influence, okay? And Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius traditionally. It's the planet of enlightenment, shock, sudden surprise. So I do feel like this new moon is going to be linked somehow to something surprising, some kind, maybe a surprise new beginning, or you know, something that may be unpredictable and shocking. It's very unique energy, Uranus. So I just wanted to put that out there, you guys, that this is a very Uranian new moon. So strange, unique, otherworldly, enlightened. Maybe it has something to do also with the internet. But I don't know if we talked enough about Taurus here before we get into the tarot. I do want to mention that Taurus is the second house of our universe. And the second house has everything to do with our resources, with our tangible possessions, our values, our worth. That is what I think of when I think of the second house. Pretty much anything that we own, all that we have. Last month we went through a new moon in Aries, which is setting new intention for ourselves. And now that we've set new intentions for ourselves and we went through the Libra full moon twice, now we're in the Taurus Scorpio cycle, where we will have a Taurus new moon tomorrow and on the May 4th, and then we'll have a Scorpio full moon. So this is definitely about our resources and other people's resources as far as the universe. That's what Taurus and Scorpio represents. So I don't know if it's just me as a Taurus moon or not, but I've definitely felt this shift of energy. You guys may be, depending on where your Taurus energy is, this energy may inspire you to take back all that is yours. As a Taurus moon, I definitely have that kind of energy. You know, I did feel that today. Like I wanted to gather up all my resources. It's nothing personal. Taurus energy, it very much focuses on what one has, what one possesses, what belongs, and you can damn near possess or own anything. So it's going to be different for all of us, but this is a very take back what is mine energy. There's going to be a lot of new cycles of value. Things that you didn't value so much before, you may value now. Things that you valued a whole lot before this new moon, you may not value very much afterwards. Okay, so it's going to be interesting what we all have and what we all own coming out of this new moon cycle. And this is definitely a time to plant seeds of intention to own more, to possess more, to have more, right? That's Taurus energy. We don't want to forget to talk about, what to mention food, right? Taurus also rules the food, the throat chakra realm, the thyroid to be more specific, but this is all that Taurus comfort energy. And I think that's just what me personally, I'm just going to indulge in, things that make me comfortable during this Taurus new moon, you know, basking in the value and the abundance of things around me. Last thing I want to mention here is the Gaia and the Uranus energy that I picked up on when I was writing notes for this new moon. Now, I'm not huge on Greek mythology, but I do know a thing or two about this. And for those of you guys out there listening that are really into mythology, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain that as far as Greek mythology and, you know, all that, Uranus and Gaia, there's a story about Uranus and Gaia, how they had children called Titans, okay? And I do associate with the Titan energy because my mom is an Aquarius and my dad is a Virgo. So if any of you guys out there are listening and you have an Aquarius parent, so one of your parents are an Aquarius and the other parent is a Taurus, or one of your parents is an Aquarius and the other is a Virgo, it could very well mean that you guys are associated with the Titan vibration, okay, whatever that might mean. I just wanted to mention that Uranus and Taurus is really bringing out that whole Titan energy. And if I remember correctly, Titans are meant to overthrow their parents. They really don't they don't like their parents that much. I'm gonna do my own studying about this Uranus and Gaia energy, this Aquarian Taurus energy. Very, very strange and interesting. All right, so guys, in a nutshell, I feel like this is just about what we value. You know, I think it's about stepping, that's extremely important to Taurus, what they value, what the worth is of a person, place, or thing. And it's more important that we're not focusing that on others, like, oh, you're worth this and I value. It's all about you. You know, Taurus is, you know, the reason why they're so good at seeing value and worth in other things is because they know the value and the worth in their self. And people say Taurus are stubborn. You know, that really bothers me at a soul level. Not that I have never associated Taurus with stubborn energy. I mean, they are the bull, they are cow energy, you know what I mean? Very patient, very grounded, lazy sometimes. But to me, what I've been saying lately is you'd be stubborn too if you knew what you were worth. You know, there's so many people out there, myself included sometimes, that accept less than what they know they deserve. You know, they are devalued every single day, devaluing their self, which is allowing other people, opening the door of devalue for other people to walk in and treat you that way too. So I just think this Taurus new moon cycle is going to focus tremendously on self-value, self-worth, you know, basically taking back what we deserve. And with that is going to come us stepping into newer versions of ourselves, like more valued, if you know what I'm trying to say there, okay? Being more grounded, right? Taking that fixed earth energy and really connecting to the vibrations around us. And I'm telling you, when you align with your highest self, when you're walking your true path, and when you're aligned with your destiny, it's very hard to be around people or places or things that don't honor that same value, that don't see you in that same way, if you guys know what I mean. So I think this new moon is also going to feature a little bit of that energy. So we'll see coming out of this in the Scorpio full moon on May 18th where we all are. There may be some changes to finances and money. You know, Taurus does rule money and finances and everything tangible. So this is going to probably affect us in a very strange yet physical, practical way. Welcome to Uranus and Taurus, I guess. So that's all I have as far as notes, you guys. I do want to get into the tarot messages now. And I just want to set the intent. I did shuffle these a little bit. We have the moon card at the bottom that came up twice, so I'm just going to keep it there. It must be important. So I do want to set the intent that this is just messages for the new moon for all the zodiac signs, guys. I'm going to lower myself just a little bit because I feel a little bit too high. Alright, guys. So let's start with Aries, okay? Because Aries is the first zodiac sign. So Aries, let's just get your message first, and then we'll talk about what this Taurus new moon is for you. So let's get a message for Aries. What is the Taurus new moon message for Aries? All right. So Aries, this is your second house of value, resources, the things that we talked about at the beginning of this video on YouTube. So yeah, Aries, this is going to bring a lot of, you know, focus and intent on what you own, your resources, your value, your worth, your finances, things like that, which is not surprising that you guys are getting the Nine of Pentacles card. So we've got that earth energy here for you, okay? Could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, that's important, that earthy energy, but this is an independent energy, Aries. I don't think this is the first time that you guys have received this card in my videos. So, you know, this is the single woman card. We've got some single women out there watching, maybe even some single men, but there's a single energy here. And I do like to mention that with this card, it's like the financially single woman. So even if you're in a partnership, even if you're married, Aries, this new moon is all about, you know, you focusing on the independence of your finances. You know, being surrounded by things that you consider valuable. This is a garden that this woman is in, this person is in, right? And she's very attractive. It's kind of a single, ready to mingle energy. But please relate this to your finances, right? So this is like almost a flirtatious energy I'm picking up on when it comes to new things coming in as far as your finances, your values, your resources. This is you valuing yourself as well. I don't usually get that from this card, but it's coming up now as I'm talking to you, that this person is surrounded by value that is a reflection of them. The last thing that comes up, especially, I have to hit on this note because I have to show you the underlying energy. This is the Gilded Cage card. For those of you who are not familiar with what a gilded cage is, it's basically a comfortable prison. And so I usually go on my spiel when I have this card for people coming up in readings. I always go on my spiel about relationships, jobs, home environments, anything in your life that is comfy, yet there's a locked door. So it's something that you've become, some of you guys have become comfortable in a situation with a person at a job, something in your life, Aries. This new moon is asking you to reevaluate how comfortable you are with something that has got you stuck, locked, trapped, right? Maybe it's a job for some of you since this is second house energy. And the reason why I'm definitely talking about that situation is because the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. So that's literally someone who's in prison, who's in jail, you know what I'm saying? So with this combination here, this is my combination for the Gilded Cage for show. So some of you guys are really in your head. You're having a lot of negative thoughts. You're feeling trapped and bound. And probably in relation to some kind of financial situation. Maybe it has something to do with you, instead of surrounding yourself with thoughts and logic and anxiety, Aries, maybe you should surround yourself with value and things that you consider worthy. We do have the Ace of Cups here as well, so there's new love here when you break out of this prison, and it's probably your mind. There could be someone here with a Scorpio moon. If you know anyone with a Scorpio moon, there may be some kind of emotional offer. Maybe it's a Scorpio, maybe it's a Pisces, but I do see Scorpio moon for sure. Oh, okay, Scorpio full moon. There is a message here, Aries, about the Scorpio full moon, blatantly. Okay, so on May 18th, that might be a time when there's this new emotion. It could be self-love, but there's some kind of message here. There's some kind of offer that's coming in, you guys. And it has something to do with the Scorpio full moon. All right, I love that that showed up for you guys. But first, it's like some of you guys may feel trapped in a relationship, or you may feel trapped like at a job, but there's something here about freeing yourself from that prison in your mind, and maybe even being single for a little bit. And for those of you who are single or feel single or whatever, if it's independence, if there's some kind of place or person that has you trapped because of finances, I do feel like that. I feel like this is a financial prison for some of you guys. But this Taurus moon is going to help you guys realize your value more. And because of that, I feel like you're going to accept love. Like there's going to be some kind of transformation, okay, with this anxiety, this money related anxiety, okay? You're just going to have to ground yourself in these feelings, which is definitely a Taurus new moon energy. And other than that, this is all about your independence, Aries. And what I was going to say is some of you guys are single, but there's going to be new love coming in or new value. There's some kind of new beginning coming in emotionally with the Scorpio full moon on May 18th. So mark your calendars for that, Aries. Definitely some healing things going on, but definitely a gilded cage situation going on here. You want to free yourself from that, no matter how comfortable a person, place, or thing is for you, Aries. Taurus has a lot to do with comfort, but Taurus also has a lot to do with, you know, territory, and I want to say freedom a little bit. It's not necessarily freedom, but it's more so like independence. Yeah, independence, being practical, and I guess free to be independent, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helped, Aries. We got a financial message for sure for you for that second house. And now let's move to Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurus. Hope you guys are enjoying your birthdays and solar return. Taurus, so we have a first house new moon for you. This is all about you, Taurus. This is your new moon. Every Taurus season we have a Taurus new moon, just like next month in Gemini season we'll have a Gemini new moon. So the new moon, it comes in and it sets the tone and the energy for the rest of Taurus season, right? I don't really feel like Taurus season truly begins until there's a new moon. I don't think any zodiac sign really truly begins until there's that new moon that resets the previous full moon energy. Wait up, Taurus. Wait up, Taurus. What is going on? Okay, we have a little bit of a message here for you. I may shuffle again, but we've got the Three of Swords going on here, Taurus. Okay, this is a broken heart, is betrayal, deception, some sort of loss that some of you guys are feeling this Taurus new moon. Now, I didn't talk about this at the beginning of the video, and I wanted to because I've been thinking a bit about Taurus in darkness. And, you know, the opposite sign of you guys, which you will be having a full moon in this sign, is Scorpio. Scorpio gets a bad rep for being dark and all this, even evil sometimes. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because of that, people I don't think people talk enough about Taurus darkness, because that is what this is all about. Taurus darkness. It's a new moon in Taurus, and hopefully, you know, you don't think darkness is a bad thing or anything like that, guys. It's just more of that internal energy. So what would be Taurus darkness? Well, I have a Taurus moon, so I definitely know that Taurus darkness most of the time is associated with, will I have enough? Will my resources ever run out? This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. You know, another thing about Taurus darkness is that, just like Aries, just like the message Aries got, sometimes comfort and resources can play against Taurus energy. What does that have to do with this heartbreak? I'm not sure. I just wanted to share that with you guys to tell you that this time of darkness for you guys is to go inwards and to reflect, because some of you guys are definitely dealing with heartbreak, separation, betrayal, some sort of loss at a heart level. Now for me, and only me, I've never heard any other tarot readers talk about this, but since the swords represent Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and since they represent communication and thoughts, this could be a head over heart battle that you guys are kind of fighting. You are ruled by Venus, so we've got that heart, that loving energy, that goddess of love energy here with this heart, but we've also got your mind, Taurus, okay? Mercury is going to head into Taurus eventually. It's not there yet. It's in your 12th house of Aries. So I'm not sure, Taurus. I think this is about speaking from the heart is what I was trying to say. This is my speak from the heart, you know, having a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody, because there is some kind of cycle that has ended for you guys. Now, Taurus, you're on this card. Taurus and Scorpio and Leo and Aquarius, those are the four images on the corners of these cards. So this is like a heartbreaking cycle. We do have the planet Saturn showing up here. So Saturn is in Capricorn. This is the card for Saturn. This is the card for Saturn. So it might be linked somehow to this heartbreak. All right. So interesting cycles that are ending that may be painful. You know, they may feel, and you know how it is, Taurus, when we feel like we've lost something, or you know, even literally if we lose our keys or something like that, it's one of our resources, something we possess, right? And we're like, where are my belongings? So there's just something here about a cycle, all right? It might be a heartbreaking ending or something like that. We do have the Eight of Swords under here, kind of the same message for Aries coming up. You know, I feel like this Scorpio full moon is definitely going to bring a lot of new emotion, a lot of healing energy. Taurus, I'm going to do you a solid and I'm going to reshuffle. But I do want to say that message came out for some of you. Some of you guys are out there heartbroken, and, you know, we have these cycles to consider. This may be travel for some of you. The World card is about travel. Sometimes it's even a celebration. So it's like, even though you guys are celebrating for your birthdays, you're still very much in your head with the Eight of Swords here. Some of you are very much in your head, not really allowing yourself to be grounded in all. You guys are so emotional right now, very sensitive energy. So I'm not sure if you guys are celebrating with a broken heart on your birthday, your solar returns or not, or if you're celebrating even though there's some sort of lost element here. Let's go ahead and get you a message so I can focus. What is the new moon message for Taurus? What is the new moon message for Taurus? I almost seen the Knight of Pentacles. So move forward practically, Taurus, towards your victory. Yeah, some of you guys have a decision to make, right? You see that value there? That's what you rule, Taurus. Those two pentacles, those are two things that you value, two places, two people. And it's got you kind of stressed out and emotionally roller coaster. You know, one of these pentacles are more victorious. You're getting more attention for one of these things, Taurus. You know what I mean? This is about your value. This is about things that you consider worthy. You have to choose victory. This has something to do with choosing financial victory as well. Something that's been stressing you out. You know, chances are one of those pentacles are less valuable to you. Even you, Taurus. And you're great at seeing that. So if you were to drop one of those pentacles because of stress, there's a lot of attention and public victory here for you guys as well. So that's also a message. And we have the Two of Cups at the bottom. So this also has to do with love and emotion. Jesus, Taurus. We have the Two of Swords underneath the Two of Cups. So you guys are at an extreme crossroads. Okay, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Cups. You could be dealing with water, earth, air signs. We got all the elements here: fire, earth, water, and air. So it doesn't matter who's coming up here as far as that. What I'm really seeing for Taurus is crossroads and decisions. You know, you value this thing, you're emotionally connected to this person, place, or thing, and you also have thoughts about this. So I think this is a choice between love and money, which is so Venusian. Venus rules love and money, but you see the Two of Swords woman, and you can see that the moon is in the new phase. So when the moon finally has a crescent, right now the moon is pitch black. You're not going to be able to see the moon if you go outside over the next couple of days, but eventually there's going to be that sliver of light that may help you guys. You know, it kind of feels like you're blindfolded right now, Taurus, like that woman. On one end, there's this choice in love, soulmate. Maybe this is about a reconciliation. Some of you guys have to choose, you know, whether you're going to reconcile. There could be a Leo involved here for some of you guys, but someone is stressed out about all the things they're juggling, all these decisions, all this attention that you're getting, trying to celebrate and be the spotlight with the sun on you, Taurus, trying to be victorious and having all this attention. And underneath it all, it's like, there's a lot of decisions. We even have the Lovers here. So we've got a Gemini energy showing up. But Taurus, this card also represents a choice. So you literally have 4 indications here of a choice. And then again, that Nine of Pentacles that I saw. So it's like moving forward. Could be dealing with a Virgo. But this is also Taurus. And then beneath that is the Seven of Swords. So it's like you guys are trying to move away from deception. You're trying to heal. It's like no more lies. You know, one thing that Taurus season teaches all of us, especially you, is value, the awareness of our value, the awareness of our worth. And it's like, I think you're considering all that when it comes to this. There's definitely love here. There's definitely work. I think you've got decisions to make, and I think you're in your head a little bit about it all. You know what I mean? And there is, for some of you guys, there's a long distance person, whether they're long distance emotionally, spiritually, metaphorically, or literally, but this is like, oh God, the twin flame and the soulmate thing again, for sure. Two of Cups is usually a soulmate energy. It's kind of more youthful and innocent. And then the Lovers is like, woo, twin flame, like you're mirroring me. So that could be what you guys are confused about as well. Like the whole twin flame, soulmate thing. You might have a decision to make as far as someone that you've connected with when you were younger, someone you've connected with longer emotionally, and this person that's at a distance. Or for some of you guys, it's a combination of all, but no wonder you're being told to move forward practically. Okay, put your best foot forward, move a little bit slower, Taurus, so that you can ensure that once you're done with this quest, that you're actually where you wanted to go. Like, that's the whole thing about the Knight of Pentacles. He says what he means. If he says he's going to be there at 8, he's going to be there at 8. So that's your practical energy there, Taurus, with that Nine of Pentacles. And also this random Six of Wands here as well. Fire energy, a lot of attention, celebrating energy again with your birthday. But underneath it all, Taurus, you've got hella decisions to make with this new moon, okay? So, you know, it's okay to pause here for a moment while all this water is behind you. You know, you can feel the emotions. Look at this water behind this person. Even though you're focused on your mind and your money here, behind you, there's a bunch of emotion. There's definitely emotion here too. You know what I mean? So just allow this new moon to really just help you set intentions using your emotion. I know you guys are used to kind of, you know, Taurus, you know how we can be with our emotion. Sometimes we're too stubborn to even allow ourselves to feel what we actually feel. But I think this new moon is about setting intentions to allow those feelings to help us. You know, the moon can help you intuitively, Taurus. Choose some of these things. We got a Gemini here for sure. Taurus, I hope that helps. Okay, I know you guys are going through a lot here with Uranus and with this Uranus energy for the next 7 years in your sign, but you're gaining enlightenment. Okay, you know, there's some uniqueness that's coming in for you guys, and obviously some choices. So we'll check back in, Taurus, on the Scorpio full moon. That's your 7th house of relationships. So there's going to be cycles that end in relationships towards the middle of the month. Okay, so just, you know, do your best to balance practically. This is such a Taurus energy to me, balancing practically. You know, weighing out your options. Yeah, weighing out your options until you know for sure what your truth is. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Keep in mind this new moon is all in your 1st house of self, personality, how you're seen by other people. Okay, thanks, Taurus. All right, guys, let's move to Gemini. What is the new moon message for Gemini? All right, Gemini, we got a message coming out really quickly. Before we reveal the card, though, let's talk a little bit about your 12th house. Taurus does represent the energy that creeps up on you in your dream realm, your subconscious energy, right? We're getting close to Gemini season soon, approaching at the middle of the month later. The next new moon will be in your sign, Gemini. So the 12th house, okay, 12th house is very subconscious, it's very spiritual, it's very sacrificey and surrendery, and you know, it's the house of Pisces usually. So there could be some illusions coming up here, Gemini. Definitely bottom of the deck here is the 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is all about options, it's about a dream realm. But the card coming out for you, Gemini, is the 9 of Cups. So this new moon is about setting intention for all that you wish for, Gemini. And not all that you wish for like logically or analytically, like what you really wish for at an emotional level inside. Like not just a turkey sandwich or, you know, like $5 or something like that. Like this 9 of Cups always to me represents something that would be completely and utterly emotionally fulfilling. Like it's what you're wishing for at an emotional level subconsciously, which is interesting because Taurus is your 12th house. So it's interesting that you have this house of resources and value and you know, worth and all that always in the back of your mind on the zodiac wheel. So this is about you, what you own subconsciously, Gemini, what you own in the dream realm, all the resources that are available to you in the dream realm, Gemini. Look at this. Underneath that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is literally the tarot card saying, hey, Gemini, you have a Taurus 12th house, don't you? The Queen of Pentacles is a Taurus woman. You can see the goat or whatever, the bull on her throne. Sometimes this is a Capricorn or a Virgo. This could even be you guys, right? Really trying to ground yourself and basically weigh out the value, okay, of this 12th house. Is really interesting. Taurus is a very practical energy, right? Very logical, grounded energy. And for you, Gemini, it's in a place on the zodiac wheel that defies logic. Okay, so it's interesting how we have both of these energies here. It's like, Gemini, you're able to stay practical and grounded in the dream realm. I don't know if any of you guys have strange dreams or do weird stuff, like as far as the sleep realm, astral travel, all that crazy stuff. Well, you have a very grounded 12th house on the zodiac wheel. And I feel like this is also talking about you know, the value and the worth that you could find in some of these options in the dream realm for you, okay? There is an option of love for some of you guys. It looks like some of you have choices as well, just like Taurus. But I think for you, Gemini, the main message, I love that this came up. This is the epitome of a 12th house Taurus, because this card talks about illusion. You could feel a little bit like you're making a choice with your eyes closed, like, I'll take that one, you know, like, that's kind of how the Seven of Cups is. That's kind of how it is with the 12th house. So definitely finding value in the illusion of these options. You know what I'm saying? It's just about choosing one, Gemini. You guys might have, you know, a lot of different options subconsciously right now coming up. And what does that mean? I know it's kind of weird to say, oh, you've got subconscious options. Look at all that you have in the dream realm. I mean, it's just things that you're not conscious of yet, Gemini. Maybe you need to wait on the sun entering Gemini in order for you to really obtain some of these things, but that's not to say that it wouldn't be worth it or practical or even valuable for you to meditate a little bit more, or, you know, see that some of your dreams are even trying to communicate with you about all the options you have subconsciously because of Taurus being your 12th house. You know, one of these options would fulfill you emotionally if you would focus on that air sign. One of these options, it could have to do with love. It could have to do with soulmate energy. It depends on what you want. I mean, there's a lot of different options there. Just be careful, be wise, be grounded, because not all of those cups are going to initiate an emotional response that is positive. Does that make sense? Some of these things could be emotionally toxic. Some of these things could potentially harm you. And that's the whole choose in the dark thing. But, you know, you're very lucky to have this very, very strong Taurus energy. This is about all you own at a subconscious level, Gemini. And some of these things coming to conscious light over the next month for you. The card coming out, though, was that Nine of Cups. So this is about setting intention for wish fulfillment. Some of you guys could be a little overwhelmed with all the options coming in right now, but it's about, you know, using this Taurus energy to ground yourself, to choose what you value most in the situation, which ironically is going to be the same thing that emotionally fulfills you guys. So we've got some cup energy for sure, Gemini, a lot of emotion, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. You guys could simply just be confused or overwhelmed, you know, with what would be your wish right now. I always say with the Nine of Cups, what do you want? You know, it's important to know what you want when this card comes up, because it's about to be granted. It's a wish fulfillment, right? How will you know if your wish is fulfilled if you don't know what fulfills you? And to me, it looks like someone here may have a lot of options of fulfillment, or at least one amongst other fake options. You know, there's some kind of abundance. There's some kind of wish here that's being offered to you. It's coming through clouded wise. It's coming through with an illusion that you need to see through, the illusion of something that would emotionally fulfill you. But again, Gemini, you know, this is a wish. It's a wish fulfillment. It's being surrounded by emotion. Some of you are very overwhelmed emotionally. But there's an illusion here to consider. And again, you have a Taurus 12th house. So if there's anyone or any energy that could help you during this very 12th house illusion-y energy, it would be that grounded Queen of Pentacles. So try to be the Queen of Pentacles amongst all this energy, even in the back of your mind, even subconsciously, things that haven't yet made sense, they haven't yet came out. Pay attention to your dreams, Gemini, with this 12th house energy, because you're completing a cycle. You're getting very close to your solar return in the new moon in Gemini. So, yeah, it's important that you know what you own at a subconscious level before you plant seeds in who you are next month. And then when we get to Cancer season, it'll be really what you own. That's your second house. So in spite of the confusion, Gemini, focus on what would emotionally fulfill you at this time, and focus on your value, what you consider worth it, okay? It might have to do with a home environment or money, subconscious money, kind of being presented to you, or spiritual money. You know, spiritual money is the thing for Gemini too, because Taurus 12th house. So hopefully that helped, Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, what is the new moon in Taurus message for Cancer? Interesting. All right, Cancer. So Taurus is 11 signs away from you guys, meaning that this is a very collective energy for you. This is going to be talking about the values and possessions, and the values, resources, and possessions that you have in relation to groups of people. You know, internet stuff, money through the internet, anything like that, Cancer. Friendships on the internet too that you value. So you want to mix that Taurus value energy, that practical resource energy and all that with the 11th house. So if you have any Taurus friends, that's interesting because Taurus is your 11th house of friends and groups on the zodiac wheel. So I think this is a time for setting new intention for valued friendships, or, you know, definitely surrounding yourself with people who value you and you value them. Having that collective sense of worth and value. This is a whole group of people for Cancer that have similar values, similar worth ethic, or whatever you want to call it, similar perception of worth, if that makes sense. But the card coming out, Cancer, is the King of Swords. Specific Gemini, Libra, Aquarius man for some of you. It could be a female as well, but very masculine energy. Very intellectual person, smart, good with words, kind of detached, not really emotional. This could be you, Cancer, especially the males who are watching, or the more masculine feminines. Yeah, maybe some of you guys are trying to present yourself during this time to be kind of, you know, mental instead of emotional, which is interesting for a water sign. But some of you may have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements that help you with this. It's being more intellectual than emotional, Cancer, for some reason. Cutting things off, you know. This might be a lawyer, or like some intellectual leader, someone who's mastered communication or something like that. Okay, there's definitely men coming up here for you, Cancer, whether you're a man or a female watching, because the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles, which is the masculine representative of a Taurus man. Could be Capricorn or Virgo too, but we've got two kings. Some of you guys may have a choice to make between an air sign and an earth sign. It could be friendships, because you're going through friendships. Maybe these are new people coming in, but I think it has to do with love as well, because we do have the Three of Swords here. You know, similar message that Taurus got at first. Cycles. Now for you, Cancer, this card is kind of different, because Saturn is retrograde. I forgot to mention that to Taurus, but Saturn is retrograde in your 7th house of relationships, which could be quite heartbreaking for some of you guys. It could be causing separation and negative thoughts. You guys could feel trapped in a cycle of karma, a heartbreaking cycle of karma. Maybe someone's in jail here. Maybe someone gets their karma. But either way, Cancer, we have these two kings. Okay, very king energy coming up. We do have a Taurus, we have an Aquarius, we have a Virgo, we have a Gemini. To me, this looks like a Taurus-Aquarius combination. Maybe there's some communicating that needs to take place. You know, the 11th house is definitely, you know, communication, especially online, but it's collective for you. So Cancer, this new moon is going to seem maybe a little bit bigger, more electrified for you guys, because the 11th house is all about groups and collective energy. So to me, when people go through 11th house energy, you have to time the new moon by 11. So this is a new moon times 11 for Cancer. It's going to come to you in collective groups. It's going to come to you in bulk on the internet and stuff like that. So you may have some things to say. For some reason, the truth is coming up here. The truth and nothing but the truth. Clarity. Important conversations with your friends about value. This does look like someone who's communicating about stability and finances. Okay, I'm not sure who these men are showing up for you, but this looks like a Taurus to me. It looks like Taurus energy, and it's interesting. We have Taurus and Aquarius, and that's basically Uranus and Gaia. Okay, so you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you might want to listen to the beginning of my video. If you're watching on Facebook, you might want to watch on YouTube so that you can hear the whole Uranus and Aquarius energy, the Titan energy. That might be important for some of you, because we do have Aquarius and Taurus energy, very important for some of you guys. But if not, this is about what you're clear about and what you're not clear about, Cancer, because one of these men have their eyes closed and one of them have their eyes open. The one holding the sword, which is holding truth, the one speaking, the one thinking clearly, has his eyes open and facing forward. Notice the King of Pentacles is slightly, you know, looking to the side, I guess this way. And, you know, it's not as if he's actually even looking at this pentacle. To me, it looks like his eyes are closed. So air signs, earth signs, potential separation or heartbreak from either of those, or this might just be about grounding your mind, you know, really grounding yourself in clarity and in your truth, because both of these men have mastered what they're holding. You know, this is a master of logic. This is a master of intellect. So there's something here about logic and intellect with this moon for you, Cancer, but an underlying energy of, you know, some of you guys are separated, maybe this is a financial loss for some of you collectively. Could be a heartbreak from an earth sign, especially Capricorn, or because of Capricorn, because that's your opposite sign in 7th house of relationships. But the King of Swords wants to come out for you, Cancer, because I think it's really important that you guys are, you know, really thinking clearly around this time with this 11th house energy. There's going to be so much going on with Uranus in your 11th house too, with friends and groups of people, the community you live in, you know, social networks, any kind of cliques or anything like that, where you're a part of groups on Facebook, or, you know, even group chats, anything like that, Cancer. Like, that's all collective energy. Again, if you have any Taurus friends, they're coming up here. But I think this is about you and what you're going to say during this new moon. You know, this might be setting your intentions to be more clear, setting your intention to know more, to have more facts. Every water sign could benefit from this detached energy, because you guys know how it is. When we're always open emotionally to healing everything, you know, it can really get the best of us sometimes, especially if we're around people like the King of Swords. People who appreciate fact over feelings. People who appreciate the truth over emotion. You know what I mean? You guys are probably taking on this energy a little bit. If you have any air sign friends, they could probably help you with this energy a little bit too. Or your own air energy. So really interesting here, Cancer. I think this is about setting intention again for truth and things like that. I'm getting an Aquarius man vibe, and 2 kings. So, you know, you guys might have two different kings around you, but the good thing is these people have been sitting here for a while. They're not a knight. This is not a page energy. These are masters of logic and intellect, okay? Some of you guys need to take on that king energy when it comes to the heartbreak you're experiencing, when it comes to closing out cycles of loss and stuff like that, okay? So keep in mind, Cancer, this is about money and friends, finances amongst friends, value and worth, surrounding yourself around people and groups of people that have similar values to you. 11th house energy, Cancer. So hopefully that helped you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to Leo energy. What is the Taurus New Moon message for Leo? So we have 2 cards coming out, but before we start, Leo, I want to talk to you a little bit about Taurus and how Taurus is your 10th house in astrology. So this new moon for you, Leo, is in your 10th house of career. Very serious new moon for you. The 10th house always gives me a serious vibe because it's about the next 10 years of your life. It's about your career. It's about your legacy, what you're leaving behind. It's about your social status a little bit, and it's your midheaven. I do want to mention that this is your midheaven. The 10th house is always your midheaven. And the midheaven in astrology talks about where you're headed. It's kind of like a mini north node, okay? So this is also about your destiny, but very career energy. So setting new intentions for that. But the card coming out, Leo, is the Sun card. This is your card. You're ruled by the Sun, Leo. So either some of you have children, some of you may have a son or something like that, or this might be your inner child, but this is the happiest card that you can receive as a message. So I don't know if some of you guys are setting new intentions for happiness, or setting new intentions for children even, or you know, joy, success. Some of you guys are really successful right now. This is enlightenment, vitality, warmth. It's your ruling planet, the Sun. And it came out with the 9 of Pentacles. So some of you guys are a single parent. I see someone here who's single and has a son. There's a single woman here who has a son for sure. Could be a daughter as well. I just see a single person with a child. And I also see a message here about someone who is completely happy single. Like they are single and happy on their own, Leo. And you know, you want to apply this to your career, because this is about career value. You know, are you valued enough at your career or where you're working? Are you valued enough at your job? Is this job going to eventually turn into a career? Very, very serious energy, Leo, with this Taurus new moon. Taurus for you represents the value you're going to obtain in the next 10 years. So Taurus is asking you, Leo, set intentions now that your future self will thank you for. You know, do you value things right now? Do you possess things right now that you won't really care about in the next 10 years? Or is it worth it? You know what I mean? Do you really value something if you're not always going to value it? Kind of a weird thing there, but you know, I definitely see you guys are pretty abundant. Again, with the gilded cage though, Aries got this card as well. So some of you guys might be in a kind of a gilded cage. You know, it's like, I don't know if it's because there's a child involved, but there's something here that keeps you comfortable. even though it feels like you're in a prison. So be careful of financial prisons or careers that you're stuck in, Leo. But definitely a time, if I had a new moon in my 10th house, I would definitely use this to set intention for the next 10 years of my life. And career as well. For those of you Leos out there who are really interested in serious careers, your serious future, you know, some of you guys are, the legacy is a child, right? You know how they say that this is my legacy, and sometimes it might be you as a child, it might be a child that you have, or some kind of child energy. But I just see this as you, Leo. I see the single Leos, even if you're not single, like you're just happy and abundant. You know, you're both of these cards are really yellow and sunshiny. So I think some of you guys are really just enjoying looking attractive, okay? And you know, just kind of basking in all that you value. But, you know, you want to mix value and career together. You know, the legacy, the financial legacy. So this is about your financial legacy, certain resources and possessions that you want to leave behind. It's kind of serious, Leo. The bottom of the deck is the Judgment card. So it looks like there's an underlying energy here of a second chance. This is that Pluto energy. Pluto is in Capricorn right now. Okay, but we've got some kind of phone call coming up here. We've got a rebirth, an awakening, and it looks like this might be a second opportunity to end something, or it might even have to do with a happy home environment. Some of you guys have a second chance at a family situation, a home environment. We got children here too. You know, this is a happy home, an emotional fulfillment. But then we have, whoa, Leo, whoa. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, like 3 tens and a Judgment. So it's like, wow, there's a lot of completion here for you, Leo, with these 3 cards. Like, what? And this is a great card to come up for the 10th house of career. This is literally, you know, that energy, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of career, basically, representing that Taurus energy. But there is some kind of burden here. You know, some of you guys are carrying around way too much in the home environment. You've got family stuff going on. You've got relationship stuff going on. You've got all these burdens you're carrying. You've got, you know, home environment stuff going on right now. So it's like something here is burdening you. And you could be dealing with a Cancer as well. And this is all underneath the Judgment card. We got the Chariot here. Okay, some of you guys are moving forward, walking away. We got Cancer, Virgo energy here, and water sign energy. So I don't know if you guys walked away to reflect, or if you walked away from a Virgo to go to a Cancer. We got those zodiac signs showing up here, okay? But this is the full moon in Scorpio coming up. I think that's going to really stabilize some of you guys emotionally. But 10 of Pentacles, there's some kind of financial completion going on. You could be setting the intention for all this stuff too, Leo, to end these heavy burdens of responsibility in order to basically just fulfill your own cup of emotion. Definitely a second chance here at a happy home. As an underlying energy, you may receive a phone call during this new moon cycle about a home environment, about something like that, and that might relieve you from your burdens, okay? This second chance or something. Second chance at a relationship, like you thought something was dead and over with, and then all of a sudden it was revived and awakened and resurrected. And it looks like it has to do with emotion or a family situation, relationship, home environment. But remember, what's coming out here, Leo, is that you are your happiest, you are your most attractive on your own. This has to do with your career, not necessarily relationships, but take it how it resonates, guys. You know, this might be you guys focusing on your own happiness over the next 10 years. You know, you have the 9 of Pentacles here, which is damn near very close to the 10 of Pentacles. Like, you're happy with what you're surrounded with right now. Okay? Or you're being asked to set the intention to be happy with this if you're not. Because this looks like a pretty good situation. I wouldn't mind if the next 10 years of my life looked like this, but there's also this underlying energy of all these completions from the past coming back up. You know, the 10 of Pentacles, you got the only 10 you're missing is the 10 of Swords, which I'm not crying about that, because the 10 of Swords is a very painful ending. So you don't have the 10 of Swords, but you have the 3 out of 4 tens, and they're all from the past. Alright, so I don't know if there's some phone calls here or something like that, but it looks as if Leo is just kind of basking in the ambiance of their own self-value, finding happiness in the things that they value around them. But remember, this is about your career. It's about very serious energy. It's your midheaven. It's about where you're going. It's about the resources you have in relation to a career. Setting new intentions for it, though, Leo. This is a seed tonight. So the intentions that you set as Leo tonight will basically be growing and nourishing over the next 10 years, if that makes sense. So it's something long term. This is about a longevity, you know, financial success, future financial success, which is, it's lovely to have a Taurus 10th house. I didn't mention though that Taurus does square you. So there could be some potential conflict, or, you know, just some compromise that needs to take place, meeting certain things halfway, meeting your career. You know, some of you guys may have conflict when it comes to your values and your career. You might have to meet those halfway or something. But yeah, Taurus does square you. You guys are both fixed signs, both stubborn in your own ways. And, you know, Leo and Taurus have very different perceptions of value. Leo knows the value in their worth because you guys rule the ego. And ego, excuse me, ego is all about self-esteem and self-worth. And then here comes Taurus that knows the actual physical, tangible worth of something. So, you know, it's interesting, that Taurus Leo energy there. But hopefully that helps, guys. A lot of serious career energy coming up, but it's just the intention setting of that, okay? So hopefully that helped. Let's move to Virgo. What is the new moon in Taurus message for Virgo? Oh, well, we almost had the Page of Swords and the Six of Cups, but it didn't come out, Virgo. But it looks like there's some truth coming from the past for some of you. It might be some soulmate spies, or spies when it comes to children, or some kind of truth in regards to children. You know, we've got the Sun and the Lovers, okay? So it looks like there might be some happiness resurrected in a choice to make. Maybe Gemini, Leo, I don't know. But we've got the Lovers, so this is like some kind of connection that you have. Maybe some kind of choice, okay? But we got soulmate here, and we've got twin flame here. So it's interesting. Truth and clarity is coming to both, Virgo. But this looks like truth coming from the past. It looks like a very nostalgic energy linked to a message of truth from, this is children. Some of you guys have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius children. This is an air sign child that is coming up here. A lot of children energy, Virgo. But let's continue to shuffle. What is the new moon in Taurus message for Virgo? Alright, Virgo. This is your 9th house. Taurus is an earth sign. So you're an earth sign. I think you guys will appreciate the ground beneath your feet, feeling that energy. Taurus really grounds Virgo, really shows Virgo how to be stable. But as far as astrology, Virgo, Taurus represents what you can learn about resources, what you can even teach. It's like that learning, that teach 9th house. It's all about expansion. This is about what you believe, Virgo, about finances, resources. What do you believe that you own? Because what you believe you own is what you own. Like, if you believe you only own like $2, then you only own $2. If you believe that you own mansions upon mansions, then you will someday own those mansions. For you, Virgo, this is all about your valued beliefs, okay? This is about learning. This is about long distance travel. Some of you guys may have to travel for work long distances. I think that's why Virgo sometimes does have to spend a lot of time at work and away from home, even if you work down the street. It's because finances are always have you guys traveling long distances. You know, Virgos have very strong grounded beliefs when it comes to their values, and that's why you guys, you know, you kind of put work before everything else, because it's what you believe. It's your grounded beliefs coming up here. That 9th house energy. The card coming out though, Virgo, is the 8 of Swords. So some of you guys are feeling really trapped inside your head about what you believe in regards to your worth, your values, what you own. Okay, there's just some kind of anxiety. There could be someone here who's in jail or who's in prison, or maybe this is just your mind, Virgo, you know, blinding you. A lot of negative thoughts here though, okay? Kind of feeling like a victim, like that you can't move. And I do want to tell you that the source of this energy when it comes up for people is because this person is not putting their feet in the water. And with this Taurus new moon, it is about grounding ourselves in our emotion. So we're going to have a really difficult time. Anyone who doesn't allow themselves to ground themselves in the water, they're going to have a difficult time. They're going to be put right inside their head. And you know how it is, Virgo, when you have all these thoughts thinking. So if my advice to you with this new moon in Taurus is to allow yourself to become grounded no matter what mess. It's like, that's what I just saw in my head, is like Virgo doesn't want to put their feet on the ground because the ground is muddy, it's nasty, it isn't perfect, it's gross. Like there's some kind of imperfection that's keeping you guys from grounding yourself somewhere or something. And it's putting you in your head even more so than what you already are, ruled by Mercury. And you can't see. You guys might feel trapped. It might be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. You guys just feel trapped, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really know the way forward. It could be a home environment. Some of you may go to school. It might be a situation involving school or education, because the ninth house is also the education house. So Virgo, the way forward is the front door. You know, the way forward is forward, because these swords are not completely surrounding you. If you can see the woman here, even though she feels trapped and blinded, there is a clear path forward, but it's the emotion. It's what you're feeling. That's the only clue. Nothing factual. None of these thoughts are going to help you find your way forward right now. That's why you're stuck here. It's because the only thing leading you, the only thing teaching you right now is this water here. It could be water sign energy. Bottom of your deck is the Ace of Cups. So some of you guys are receiving offers of emotion. This is like some kind of healing energy. It could be self-love that frees you from this prison. This is also a child energy. The Ace of Cups can be the birth of a new child. But this looks like someone who is trapped inside their own head, not allowing themselves to feel, and that might be getting in the way of this new love, because there is new love coming to a person who's in jail or who's in prison. There's new love coming. There's new children. There's someone here who's in a real prison or a metaphorical prison. I don't think you're able to see this love, Virgo. And I think it's because you're not giving it to yourself. You're too much in your head with what you consider facts and logic, and you know, there's so much inner dialogue going on inside your head, Virgo, that you're not even understanding that there's this blindfold being put on you. This woman does not see this huge ass cup of love coming to her. But I also feel this very sweet energy of someone or something that is a new emotional beginning coming to you guys, and it's going to remove this prison. It's going to completely remove this bind. Some of you guys are feeling like you can't move, you can't see, you can't even feel, you can't barely even think. So it's like you're just standing here, but this is the hand of God, the hand of the universe, giving you some kind of new beginning. And it might be from a Scorpio. It might be on the Scorpio moon, because now we have the moon in Scorpio. So Pisces energy, Scorpio. Someone here has a Scorpio moon as well. Okay, this is literally a message about a Scorpio moon. You know, the Scorpio full moon on May 18th might be when this new love is offered, and it's going to be some kind of wish. There is some kind of wish fulfillment coming in when the moon is full in Scorpio. Until then, it's like you're here with your feelings and your thoughts. A lot of thoughts and feelings. And with that being said, Virgo, if there's so many thoughts and so many feelings, then there should be no reason why you're not communicating these thoughts. There should be no reason why you're not gaining clarity of these thoughts. So please ask yourself that. If there's so many swords and so much water here on this Taurus new moon, are you at least gaining clarity over what you feel? Are you at least communicating what you feel? Because if not, you're going to feel more entrapped in your own head and your own feelings. But this is definitely some kind of cup coming to you guys with this Taurus new moon, okay? That was your underlying energy. I think this new love is coming in. You guys might be offering a Scorpio or a Pisces love, or a Scorpio moon, or that's the Scorpio full moon. There is an underlying energy of new emotion, a new beginning, healing energy, self-love, whatever it might be. And it's coming to somebody in a situation where they feel trapped in their head. And Virgo, that was your ninth house energy. So it's like, as you're sitting here in your head with all these thoughts and all these negative thoughts, honestly, they're negative thoughts. What is it that this person believes about their worth, about their value? What is it that this person believes about what they own, what their possessions are? You know what I mean? That's what Taurus represents for you, Virgo, as that earth energy. It's your ninth house. So what do you believe as far as value? What do you believe as far as resources? What do you believe as far as long distance travel and adventure and freedom and expression? That's that ninth house energy. I think you're going to be learning. This is to set new intention. Okay, some of you guys are setting new intention to break free from whatever has caused you mental anxiety, setting new intention to feel new emotion, setting new intention to transform. There is definitely some transformation going on here, endings, beginnings. So again, setting new intentions for beliefs, setting new intentions for possessions and resources. What you believe right now, Virgo, is actually what's bringing in your resources, and that's always true for you. What Virgo believes is what Virgo has. Does that make sense? And that's literally because Taurus is your ninth house. What you believe is what you will own. Maybe this is about owning your beliefs about something, owning it, you know. But please keep in mind that what you believe is what you will have. So if I were you, Virgo, I would believe that I was abundant and that I was happy and that I have everything that I'll ever need and more. So hopefully that helps, Virgo. This is that new moon for you in your 9th house. So setting new intentions to learn and to study, to teach, all those things in regards to some sort of resource, value, worth. All right. Let's move to Libra energy. Libra. All right. So interesting message here. Let's talk a little bit, Libra. This is your 8th house. Taurus is a specific energy for you because you guys do share the planet Venus. So Libra is ruled by Venus, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So I think the Venusian aspect of this new moon may be relatable for you. 8th house though. Okay, 8th house new moon, very, very dark, Libra. Trust me, I went through it before as well. I went through a full moon in my 8th house. So the new moon is dark in itself. All right, it's when the moon and the sun meet up and there's the dark side of the moon. You can't see the moon on the new moon. The moon's eyes are closed, you know what I mean, so that we can have subconscious intent. So I'm gonna just, you know, send some good energy to you, Libra, because I know how difficult it can be to have an 8th house new moon. That's the 8th house of intimacy, sex, death, transformation, shared resources. So Taurus represents what you have, what you possess, but for you, Libra, it's flipped. It's about what is yours that you're sharing with other people. Your money that you're sharing with other people, your resources, your beliefs, your not your beliefs, but your worth, your values. You know what I'm saying? Shared values amongst people, shared resources, shared possessions, shared finances, stuff like that. You know, I don't know if any of you guys are intimate with Tauruses or not. But Taurus does represent the house of sex and intimacy for you guys. It's like valuing that intimacy. This is secrets as well, okay? But you're setting your intention, Libra. Setting your intention to maybe share a bit more of what you consider to be yours. Sharing your beliefs or values, anything like that. This is the house of like taxes and stuff like that too. So you get what I mean by that whole shared energy. Libra, the card coming out for you is the Devil. The Devil, okay? So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I hope that you are. If you're not dealing with a Capricorn, then this conversation is about to turn a different direction because, you know, you are going through a lot of darkness, Libra. So, you know what I'm saying? This is that dark energy of addiction, toxicity, codependency. Speaking of what's yours and what's others, there could be some codependency around you financially. There could be just some kind of obsession or like someone who's just, you feel chained to this person, place, or thing. This could also be lust though. You guys are going through 8th house energy, so you guys could just be feeling really like you know, lusty. You could be feeling really intimate and attracted to someone. This is a twin flame. You know, not a lot of people like to say that about the Devil card, but it's very much like the Lovers card. You know, these people are they're attached to each other as opposed to being connected to each other. But it is a karmic relationship. Some of you guys are in karmic relationships. Let's reveal the card that came out with it. All right, we have the Empress, because there was a card that fell and I didn't know what it was. It fell. These two came out though for you. So some of you guys, there may be a pregnant Capricorn. This is the Empress. This is the mother of the tarot. So I don't know if some of you guys have Capricorn mothers or very toxic mothers, because I do see some of this codependency, some of this toxicity, some of these addictions may be linked to your mother's energy, or you as a mother, Libra, if you're a mother, because this is literally the mother, okay, the wife of the tarot. I don't know if someone has a toxic wife or something like that. Toxic wife, toxic life, you know. And in this case, it's like, I don't know, I feel like someone's mom is here, but this is Taurus, this is Libra energy. It's also Aries, but we've got Venus. So someone here has Venus and Capricorn, maybe that might be important. This is abundance. Like, I don't know really what this is, Libra. I'm getting a toxic mom vibe. I'm getting someone here might be pregnant, and you know, it might be, you know, it might just be like you had a toxic partner and now you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Bottom of the deck is the 9 of Pentacles. Some of you guys are single. in spite of this energy. Now, I do want to back up here a little bit. This does not always mean pregnancy. I just want to say that for those who are pregnant or mothers, but this could also just be an abundant energy. It's the Empress, you know, she's the mother of all. She's literally beautiful. Like, this is Venus in a card. So there is attraction here. For some of you, it's not so much devilish. It's not some demon, you know what I mean? It's just attraction, like literally obsessive attraction to someone. All right. And also Venus and Capricorn. But then there's others of you who are dealing with toxic relationships and addictions, even though you're mothers, even though you're pregnant. And then there's someone here who's single and focused on what's theirs again. Remember, this is all about transformation for you, Libra. Transforming what you consider to be yours and what you consider to be others. For those of you who are single, there is an opportunity to get back with someone. Okay, I see a single woman here, and then a choice to make. Okay, in regards to love, two people, places, things. It looks as if this is a reconciliation after a time of being single, but there are some decisions to make here, Libra. Okay, you're a little bit confused right now whether to be single or, you know, who to choose or something like that, because we have 2 2s. All right, there's an emotional decision, a head over heart decision basically, and we have the 10 of Swords. So there are painful endings as well, especially if you're dealing with earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But the light at the end of the tunnel is beginning to shine. After this painful ending, you're going to have a decision to make. You're going to be at a crossroads, and for many of you, it's going to have to do with love and romance, some kind of soulmate, maybe getting back together with someone, and then again, you know, the single woman card, or just the single independent person. Even if you're coupled with someone, many of you are, this is being single financially. Some of you guys just want to be single financially, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to keep your own independence, because Taurus represents what you share with other people. But see, Taurus is not really an energy that represents that for anyone else, Libra. Taurus in itself represents what is mine, what is my resources, my values, my worth. That's why Scorpio is the opposite of that. So there's also something to consider here about, you know, a rebirth happening. You know, that might be why the Empress is coming out, because you are giving birth to something with this cycle. It's a death, it's a rebirth. There's definitely something toxic here though that you want to keep an eye out. For those of you who are not dealing with attraction, like, there is a very beautiful woman showing up here. It could be you, Libra, but there's a beautiful woman here that, you know what I'm saying, I'd like to meet this woman, because she probably has Capricorn and Taurus energy. There's a Capricorn and a Taurus, there's a Capricorn and a Libra, there might even be an Aries, or maybe it's just someone who's really beautiful yet manipulative, really beautiful yet really abundant, yet kind of toxic and kind of chained to something else. Okay, but I do see a toxic mother here. I will say that, especially if your mother has addictions or anything. I'm not sure what's going on here. Some of you guys just might be chained to a beautiful woman. Okay, Libra. 8th house though, this is about transforming. If this does represent a toxic energy, okay, you could have an attractive Capricorn around you, but if this is an addiction or a toxic, what better time to kill this, transform this, and become reborn, Libra? There may be a specific devil in your life that emerges during this dark 8th house transit for you. Kill it with beauty. You know what I'm saying? Don't underestimate Venus. This is your ruling planet showing up here for you, okay? So really interesting, Libra, underlying energy of your own independence, your relationships, decisions that you have to make after painful endings, and new finances coming in. But Libra, what I can tell you is that a lot of what's going on with you is actually a secret. It has yet to be transformed, but this new moon is going to bring that up. This could even be a Taurus woman for some of you, okay? So you could have a Libra mom, you could have a Taurus mom, or an Aries mom. I'm seeing those energies in Capricorn. Someone might have, like I said, Venus in Capricorn. So I don't know, guys. This is about being financially independent, though. There might be some energy here of you taking back what you believe belongs to you, Libra. But either way, very intimate new moon for you. A lot of secrets, you know, maybe even sex and transformation, death, rebirth. Huge full moon for you, or sorry, new moon. Setting new intentions, okay? Some of you guys are just setting new intentions to be more intimate, to be more attractive, to be more lustful. I have no idea. Setting new intentions to be more abundant. I do see abundance here as well. So hopefully something there helped you, Libra. Let's move into Scorpio energy. What is the new moon in Taurus message for Scorpio? So, all right, kind of interesting here. Scorpio, Taurus is your opposite sign. So you're going through a new moon in your 7th house of relationships, okay? So this is the time to set new intention for partnerships, relationships, marriages, even friendships, the relationship you have with your kids, your coworkers. But there is a huge emphasis being put here on your relationships romantically, partnerships that you're in. All right, and it is opposing you. So anything that opposes you, even Uranus, it is affecting you as far as your relationships. Now, what we have coming up here is the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. So this looks like a message for someone who feels a little bit trapped in their head right now. Okay, similar to Virgo. Someone here who has some negative thoughts, right? They're blindfolded. They're not allowing themselves to feel what they feel. They're not grounding their self in these feelings, yet they have a desire to be surrounded by what would emotionally fulfill them. That is so Scorpio. Of not allowing yourself to ground yourself in this emotion, but still knowing and understanding what it would feel like to be surrounded by it. Now, this came out for someone else. I think it was kind of an Aries message. So what I'm going to tell you, Scorpio, is instead of surrounding yourself with these negative thoughts, like, how do I get out of this? I'll never get out of this kind of thing. I'm trapped here. I'm trapped. I can't move. I can't see. Like all these negative thoughts. Surround yourself with emotion instead. Okay? Because these are two people who are surrounded by very different things. One is emotionally fulfilling, and the other is quite depressing and, anxious. Now, there is an earth sign woman coming up here linked to this situation, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a Taurus to me, or a Capricorn. It can be a Virgo too, but it's more so Taurus or Capricorn. I'm getting more of a Capricorn vibe this time. So yeah, I don't know what this is. This could be your own energy, Scorpio. This Taurus, this is a good card to come up for the Taurus new moon, honestly, because we are all focusing on our values. And in this case, there's someone here who's focusing on what they value in relation to a wish fulfillment. You guys could have a financially related wish. This is the Earth Mother. It could have to do with a home, but it's linked to someone who has a little bit of anxiety and negative thoughts linked to a wish. Like, this is about something you want emotionally finally becoming tangible, finally being able to be touched, felt, and seen. And it is about relationships. So some of you could be in relationships with air signs, water signs, earth signs. Not to mention, we do have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is typically the other woman card. Could be a Leo woman, a Sagittarius woman, or an Aries woman, or just someone who's a woman who calls the shots. The Queen of Wands is a very action-based woman, okay? Very attractive woman. But we also have the King of Pentacles being, holy shit. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. This is someone who's in a relationship. They're kind of a weird couple. Okay, this person's more grounded and stable and kind of emotionally cold, more so focused on work. But, this is someone who's really attractive, though. A very attractive woman with a very wealthy man. Okay, Queen and King, that's a relationship to me. But this is where it gets interesting, because underneath that, we have the King of Swords. So we've got literally 2 queens in your reading and 2 kings. So I don't know what's going on here. Alright, this might just be 2 different dynamics to a relationship. Now, we do have the King and the Queen of Pentacles here. So there is some sort of relationship match here where there's someone who they ain't facing each other, though. You can see that there's a woman in between these 2 people. So I don't know if there's some kind of attractive woman that has gotten in the way of finances or something like that. Okay, yeah, we definitely have someone here who's a mother as well. So really interesting combination here. Alright, I don't know if someone's just trying to attract a more wealthier man. Now, this is a Taurus man and a Leo woman and an Aquarius as well. But back to the main thing, Scorpio, is this message here. I think you're just having a little bit of negative thoughts about your emotional wishes right now. Now, you guys want to prepare yourself for the Scorpio full moon, because you guys are having that full moon. So as far as not allowing yourself to feel what it is that you're feeling, that's putting you in your head. I think this person knows what they want emotionally, but maybe there's a matter of money here. Maybe you have to focus on your finances a little bit. Now, finances is coming up in relationships. The fact that Taurus is your 7th house, Scorpio, please know that you're always in a relationship with value. You're always in a relationship with your own resources and stuff like that. Okay, so you know your value in relationships. Do you value the relationships in your life? Do you consider them worth it? Are you valued in the relationships that you're in, right? Because you're always in a relationship. But this reminds me a little bit of possessiveness. Like there may be some possessiveness in here where someone views someone more like an asset. You want to be careful of that with the Taurus 7th house, because you can definitely be looked at more as an item than an actual living, breathing thing, you know, Scorpio. So you guys are just in your head a little bit, okay? You're just in your head a little bit, having some negative thoughts, you know, but the way forward is forward. You're not completely surrounded by what you consider facts. Like all these facts, the truth has created a prison for you, and it's like you're not allowing yourself to see it. This is horrible. And you know, I think that this is in relation to a wish fulfillment that you guys have in regards to your home, your finances, stability and security. You guys could be feeling trapped in a home environment because of finances. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. So there is some kind of fire energy here. And then the King of Pentacles. This is totally weird. Earth and fire sign and an air sign. And then the Empress. So I don't know if there's... Ooh, there might be a new pregnancy for some of you guys. And then we literally have the Death card here. And then the Moon card. So Scorpio Pisces energy. But we have the Three of Swords under that. Okay, so I don't know if the Scorpio full moon is here or if there's a Scorpio Pisces energy in cycles. But with this message here, it looks like there may be someone who's expecting a new child, or this is a mother's love, healing energy from a mom. And then all these people, there's a lot of people in your reading. Okay, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. It could also be a Gemini, a Virgo, and a Sagittarius as well. But these are all people who have mastered something, right? Like they're queens and kings. So they're royal. They've spent a lot of time focusing on the suit that they rule, all right? Even here with the Queen of Pentacles. There's something here about mastering your own value and worth with this Queen of Pentacles in order to get everything that you want and release yourself from this prison. So set your intention for your wishes to manifest physically as far as relationships as well. Some of you guys may be feeling trapped in your relationships, or if you're single, you're feeling trapped without a relationship. But there is something here that all Scorpios are wishing for. It's most likely linked to this exiting of this prison and these negative thoughts, and a wish for financial stability elsewhere. Okay? Alright, so I don't know, Scorpio. Relationships, setting new intention for relationships that value you more. Value in relationships matters so much to Scorpio. And that's because Taurus is your 7th house. You know what I mean? So the resources that you have because of the relationships you formed are also coming up here. But also possessions, okay? What's mine and what's yours? And you might be going through some stuff going on like that. Okay, Scorpio? So, you know, I'm looking forward to the full moon. There's some things that you have to clear up in your relationships. This is definitely relationship seeds for you. So what you plant in your relationships will definitely grow as far as value and stuff like that. But we'll see what's going on the Scorpio full moon in a couple weeks. Let's move to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay, well that card wanted to come out too, so I guess we'll just talk about that. Sag, this new moon is in your 6th house. Taurus represents your 6th house of health, jobs, services to other people. So, you know, that's a pretty decent house to have as, you know, a Sagittarius. Like, I think so. I think Taurus, Tauruses like to live comfortable lifestyles. They like to live lifestyles of the finer things, okay? If you ever wondered why part of you is like that, Sagittarius, it's because Taurus is... So it's about valuing your health, the resources that you have amongst you that could potentially set better intentions for your health, the resources that you have that in relation to the services that you offer other people. Very 6th house energy, okay? Your job is coming up here, Sagittarius. The card coming out for you is the 6 of Pentacles, the equal give and take. There even could be someone here who needs help. It could be you, it could be someone else, but this card is a card of charity. And I think that some of you guys may find yourself in a place of giving back, or maybe someone even donating to you, giving back to you. We do have this paired with the Page of Wands. So it looks like this is a new beginning for you, Sagittarius. I love the Page of Wands for you. It is a Leo for me, but it's pretty much any fiery person who's feeling young again, feeling vibrant, like there's a new adventure. This might even be a passionate message, where you're told that there's some money coming to you. There is money coming to you, by the way. And this is an equal give and take. All right. This is definitely not giving any more than what you're receiving as far as services. Okay. Not even giving a little crumb to a person. Could be dealing with a Libra too. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and fire energy. But blatantly, this looks like a new journey. Someone who's on a very new, they're about to express something as far as equal give and take. This is a new expression regarding financial balance, equal give and take, which is a great energy for Taurus, because Tauruses are stubborn like that. They don't like to give more than they're getting. They like, if Taurus gives you something, they damn sure expect something in return, because that's just how value works. You don't value me if I gave you this, that, and the third, and you gave me a crumb, like, you know what I'm saying? But bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles, Sagittarius. Sixth house energy, this is about your lifestyle. You could set intention with this new moon to live a completely different lifestyle. That's the glory of having a sixth house new moon. Live in a completely, whatever you want to change as far as how you live, your day-to-day routine. You know what I mean? There's someone here with a routine that involves a lot of exchange like that. But this is about knowing your worth, knowing your value, Sag, to not receive crumbs from people. But again, it may be someone who needs help, especially if there's some extended hands coming. Now, there is an extended hand here in both of these cards. You know what I mean? So if you're sitting good, Sagittarius, and you're in the position to help someone, especially a Leo, you know, so be it. That's your call, though. This is your new journey. You know, Jupiter is retrograde, so there's a lot of fortune from your past coming back to you, Sagittarius. And that might be what this gift is. This is something you need coming from the universe, whether it's a car, a job, a relationship, a house, more money, a promotion. This is something that some of you guys have manifested. You've worked really hard to manifest these resources for yourself. This is literally some kind of new resource coming in for you. The Magician is Mercury. Okay, it's magic, it's manifestation, and it's also Virgo, Gemini energy. So I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but this looks like someone who utilized the tools that they had, or this might be you setting the intention for this again. But it looks like some kind of new resource. If there was something you didn't think you had, it's coming to you, Sag. Even if you had everything to make a cake and all you needed was sugar, the universe is going to say, hey, Sagittarius, here's 3 pounds of sugar, all the sugar you can. You've worked so hard. Some of you guys work so hard. We got the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands here. So there is some work burdens that you guys might want to let down with this new moon in Taurus. It's all about living a better lifestyle, a more comfortable lifestyle, enjoying the finer things. Could be dealing with a Cancer, or this is just you moving on, okay? Come the Scorpio full moon. Could be dealing with a Virgo too. But yeah, I do see some financial burden, maybe some burdens at home or in the you know, the family or something like that, Sag. But this is sixth house energy. I don't want to forget that. And the sixth house is all about the services that you offer other people and your job. And there's some kind of resource coming in. That's the bottom of your deck, is the Ace of Pentacles. Some kind of new beginning, some tool that you need, whatever you need coming in from the universe. And the cards that came out is this new passionate journey. Some kind of, you know, some kind of new expression. Okay, as far as the services, some of you are going to wind up in a very good position to where you're able to give more. Some of you guys are going to be on the other end of that, where you want to express this new thing. You have this new idea, but you need a little bit more money for it. It's like you might ask, there might be a loan or something here, but then it's like, boom, you manifest even more help from some kind of other area. So I guess that's what happens when Jupiter is retrograde and Sagittarius goes through sixth house energy. You know, the lifestyle of a Sagittarius is it's kind of interesting to think about how Sagittarius lives, because you guys are kind of wild cards. You know, you can't really ever tell what a Sag is going to do next, but this is a Sagittarius who's got an idea, and they know that to move forward passionately in order to express themselves in the best way, they need financial balance. It could be the court. You guys might be going to court for this. You might receive some kind of money as far as court or something. But this looks balanced, okay? It looks fair. It looks like it's split down the middle or whatever, and it looks like it's linked to this new journey. So go ahead and express what you need to express as far as new ideas, even if you don't have the money, because it's going to come in from a helping hand. It might be the hand of the universe, Sagittarius. You're the one who manifested this, okay? So setting new intention to live a new life, setting new intentions for your health, setting new intentions for the services that you offer other people as well. So let's move. Oh, I don't know who that was for, but somebody, this could also be for Sagittarius or Capricorn, but someone here is at a crossroads between, this is probably Sagittarius still. Some of you guys need to travel in order for wish fulfillment. You're in the middle of comfort and growth. This is about expanding your horizons to get what your wish, okay? And it might involve some financial traveling. Like, that might be the new beginning here of a lifestyle. Not sure if that was for Capricorn or Sag, but I'm going to focus on Capricorn and get a new moon in Taurus message for Capricorn. What is the new moon in Taurus for Capricorn? Interesting. Capricorn, you're an earth sign. Taurus is an earth sign. So that is going to be beneficial. I feel like that's going to be grounded for you guys. But as far as Taurus on the zodiac wheel, it is your 5th house. So this is about pleasure for you. Setting new intentions to experience more pleasure in relation to your resources, finances, values, and worth. Okay, everything you possess. You know, Capricorn, there's a message here about possessing more pleasure, owning more pleasure. Meaning, you know, things that make you happy, you know what I mean? But this is also the house of children, and it's also the house of romance. All right, so as far as valuing that, possessing that in your life, that will be up to you to decide. But I'm just saying Taurus represents a very romantic, childlike energy. This is the house of creativity for Capricorn. So I think you guys are going to be really setting new intentions for creativity with this new moon. In relation to your values, valuing creativity, using your resources and your you know, your finances to create. Okay, some of you guys have very creative ways of using your resources and stuff. But the card coming out for you guys is the moon, weirdly. The moon. So there's a Pisces energy here, maybe even Cancer, but this is the card for Pisces. So I want you guys to really focus on your moon. If there's any Capricorns out there who are listening who know their moon sign, for some reason that's coming up, because this is the shadow side. Now with the moon card, there is something hidden about this new moon for you. Maybe hidden creativity. Maybe it's involving your emotion, your dreams, your subconscious. This could even be a fear. There is someone here at the bottom of the deck here. There is a Pisces around you guys for sure. But someone here is afraid of conflict. There's someone here there's a shadow energy here that's causing conflict. There is a hidden element of competition around you too, Capricorn. Someone that secretly wants to win, all right? There might even be some soul conflict coming up here, emotional conflict, conflict behind the scenes, whatever that means. You guys might have some certain dreams about competition or certain dreams about conflict. This is something that needs to change here in this card. The 5s always represent conflict and something that needs to change. So there is something that needs to change about the conflict that you're experiencing at a soul emotional level. We have so many indications of Pisces and Cancer here because now we have the Page of Cups. So there might be someone coming here to apologize. The underlying energy seems to be the Page of Cups. This is someone who's apologizing for conflict. It could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is a Pisces. Some of you guys have conflict with a Pisces, you know, competition with a Pisces, and this is sometimes an apology. I do see someone here maybe expressing some emotion about this conflict. You know, there's been a lot of confusion here. There's a lot hidden from you, Capricorn, for some reason. It might have to do with Saturn retrograde. Some of you guys are really confused. There's a lot of emotion around you. The High Priestess is here. She's another thing that's hiding something. I think what's being hidden is emotion. I think you guys are keeping how you feel a secret. I think there's a secret offer trying to come in, and I think you need to follow your intuition right now as far as all the options you have. A lot of intuitive energy here, a lot of psychic energy, and just kind of going inward and kind of focusing on how you feel. But also some kind of emotional message coming in here. It's very youthful. It might be a younger water sign. That's coming to have some kind of conversation about this chaos. Like 5 of Wands is definitely someone who's competing. Now there might be some love offer. There might be a lot of people around you who are coming in to offer love and they might be competing for your love or something like that, Capricorn. That might be why there's so much option here secretly. You could be, there might be options that have not yet been revealed to you. Okay, now you are going through the 5th house of romance, and this is a good card to come up for that. This is like someone who likes your pictures, someone who, it's just like a subtle hint of emotion, you know, smiley face or something like that. It's not mature, it's not like a king or a knight of cups, but it is a conversation, it is a gesture, and it is an apology for some of you guys. But it looks like there's a lot of people, whether you know it, that might be what's hidden from you, Capricorn. You might not realize how many people are competing for your gifts, your creativity, your attention, your love. So really interesting. 5 of Wands was at the bottom. The moon is what came out. So there's not much I can really tell you, Capricorn, because the moon hides all. You know, we are going through a new moon, and that's the moon. We are going through a full moon later on this month. So there's something between now and the full moon in Scorpio. Might be some conflict that comes up. You know, there's definitely hidden conflicts amongst feelings and stuff like that. And the High Priestess also has not revealed something to you. So between the High Priestess and the moon, I mean, lots of energy there that just is saying Capricorn doesn't know everything yet. Something has not been revealed to Capricorn in relation to children, creativity, romance, soulmate energies, things like that. You know, this definitely might be something at a soul level here. It's like a gut feeling, you know, very psych. You guys might be feeling very intuitive around this Taurus new moon. Maybe you're setting your intention to be a bit more secretive, to be a bit more in the shadows. I think some of you guys have stepped back, maybe been a little bit more introverted. But this is also the shadow self, okay? Certain fears of coming up as far as conflict being hidden. Maybe some of you guys are afraid to accept a love offer because of conflict, because you feel like it'll be some kind of competition between work and creativity and love. Like, you know, there's just something here to go inward and think about. There's definitely some kind of secret. Some of you may have a secret or something like that. And this is in your 5th house. Let's go ahead and clarify it for you, Capricorn. Why is the moon here for Capricorn, for the Taurus? Okay, we have Temperance. So someone here has a Sagittarius moon, or it might be a Sag energy with Pisces. We got Jupiter coming up here. Both Sag and Pisces are ruled by Jupiter. You're being told to stay patient, Capricorn, whatever that means. Oh God, you know, we always hear that, right? Stay patient, stay patient. That's literally Saturn. But yeah, the Temperance is about balance. Your soul needs balance, okay? Stay patient. This is Archangel Michael. And again, someone has a moon in Sagittarius here. Or there might be a Pisces Sagittarius energy. You know, you can see the similarities of this card. This water, there's like a pool of water that there's things emerging from. And you're also like kind of testing the water, trying new things. But this is alchemy at a soul level. Balance at a soul level. Emotional balance. Probably because some of you guys are feeling a little bit at a loss, okay? There is some slight depression here for some of you, focusing on something that didn't work out that is now water under the bridge. I am being told to tell you that this is water under the bridge. There's still 2 cups here behind you. So let whatever has passed pass. Try to focus on the positive, because there is a new beginning of clarity here for you, Capricorn. Possibly in regards to a commitment or a home environment, because there is something that's about to change for you. I knew Jupiter was a thing, and I guess that's because Jupiter's in your 12th house. I guess Jupiter's in Sagittarius. Okay, so yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is about to turn everything around, okay? And you're going to be very clear. You're going to have your truth at the end of this, okay? This is great. I feel like this is going to be a positive turn. It might even be in regards to work. Some of you, there is a third party to consider here, though, at work. And, you know, that might be why you're focused on these 3 cups, these 3 different people. You know, so there's just an underlying energy here of loss, depression, okay? Something that conflicts you at an emotional level. Something that needs to change at an emotional level, which is probably you just being more patient with your soul. Alright, like there's something going on here, and I validated the moon card with the Temperance. So just stay patient with these emotions. Stay patient with your dark side, Capricorn. And it's interesting, you have Archangel Michael coming up. You know what I mean? There's just Capricorn and Archangel Michael is just some kind of link there, you know. So really interesting, Capricorn. You know, we're going to take this back to the fifth house and what it is that you value as far as on a creative level. You know, what it is that you consider worth it when it comes to what causes you pleasure. You know, it's kind of hard when Capricorn goes through fifth house energy because you guys are really serious people. I don't think you focus a lot on happiness and fun. You know, you're just trying to get the job done. But this energy is about setting new intentions for that, to be more patient with how you feel, to be more patient with your soul and with your fears, you know what I mean? Because we do have Pluto in Capricorn bringing a lot of darkness to you. Okay, so this is like staying patient with this darkness because the light will be rewarding, okay, Capricorn? Fifth house energy, lovely house. It's earth energy. It's your sister sign. So I think this is about you just valuing your pleasure more, you know, valuing, you know, more creative ways to make money. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Let's move to Aquarius. What is the new moon in Taurus message for Aquarius? Alright, that was kind of funny. Some of you guys, there's something being hidden from you as well. And it looks like it has something to do with your emotional foundation, some kind of offer that you don't see. This is an offer that you don't see, Aquarius. Alright, but let's try this again. Alright, some of you guys have an offer that you don't see, though. You want to follow that intuition about whether you're emotionally available or not. What is the Taurus new moon message for Aquarius? Okay, interesting. So Aquarius, you're a fixed sign, just like Taurus. So this is an energy that squares you guys. So I do want to mention there may be some conflict or compromise. You might have to meet certain things halfway, especially in regards to family, your home environment, because this is a new moon in your fourth house. So the fourth house has everything to do with family and home environment, your roots, okay? So there's new intentions being set in the home for Aquarius, in family, in your foundation, your roots, your foundational roots. When I shuffled again, I got the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this tells me that there's a lack of wish fulfillment for some of you Aquariuses in regards to where you live, maybe. Maybe there's a family situation. Pardon me. There may be a family situation or something like that. But maybe there was a wish for a new home or something in the past that it didn't work out, or maybe there's a lack of emotional fulfillment in a family situation or wherever there's a foundation being built. Now, interesting, the bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. So this might involve actually leaving something behind, whether it's a job, a family member, a home environment, whatever. This is someone who's obviously moving on from something that was so emotionally unfulfilling that it caused emotional upheaval. Like, this is very troubled water here that a person's moving away from. You can see the boat is moving away from this Nine of Cups in reverse. So if you're not emotionally fulfilled with this new moon in Taurus, especially where you live, then this new moon is about setting the intention to leave that behind so that you can actually travel towards, you know, yeah, I just wanted to, God, I want to put it so that it looks good. Okay. This is someone who's traveling towards emotional fulfillment. This would be a message about someone who's moving on towards a wish. But how it came out is like this. So it's like you're leaving behind a wish that you used to have because it was unfulfilled. You know how wishes are to Aquarius, because Aquarius is the star card. So you may be making that mental decision to travel or move on. You know, this is about leaving something that was emotionally unfulfilling behind so that you can get to something more grounded. It may involve a fire sign child or, you know, someone younger. It may involve financial equal give and take. Aquarius, why are you emotionally unfulfilled? Why is the Nine of Cups coming out for Aquarius for the new moon in Taurus? You want to set those intentions for your wishes to be filled, though. Now, it's really interesting. I clarified the Nine of Cups in reverse, and you're getting the Nine of Pentacles upright. So this has to do with finances. Some of you guys don't feel like you have the abundance for your wishes. You might want a bigger home or a nicer home. You might want things in your home, furnishes and stuff. You know, I don't know what it is, Aquarius, but there's just something going on here to where you're emotionally unfulfilled. And because of that, you're focusing on all that you own, all that you have, right? Now, the fact that Taurus is your fourth house, I have a Taurus fourth house as well. So I can't tell you how important it is to be comfortable where you live, to be comfortable around family and, You know, family can be very comforting to certain people with Taurus 4th house energy. But again, certain conflicts may come up because of that square, okay? You might have to meet someone halfway in your family. There might be, I don't know if someone feels trapped here in the gilded cage. This is a single person though. So maybe someone is just single and because of that, they're emotionally unfulfilled. Okay, there might have been some kind of wish to be independent here or something. I'm not sure, but you got 2 nines, Aquarius. The 9 of Cups is in reverse. Someone is not emotionally satisfied with something in their life. But there is some abundance here. There is a woman here who's like standing firm and independently on her own. You know what I mean? Like this is someone who isn't wish fulfilled, and instead of bitching and moaning about that, they're going to go do what they need to do physically to get that. Especially if it's home environment. Now the bottom of the deck here is the Fool. So this might involve a risk, a financial risk. I feel like this is related to finances for some of you. There's just like a lack of emotion or a lack of emotional fulfillment or some kind of wish because you just simply don't have the money, or you know, you don't want to potentially affect the garden that you've grown in this specific place. But there's a risk here, Aquarius. There's a new beginning. There's a leap of faith with this new moon. This could be you setting your intention to grow your own emotional fulfillment by yourself, okay? It didn't matter who left in that 6 of Swords before, because there's this new beginning for you, but you're also at a crossroads, Aquarius, between comfort and growth. And it's interesting, you know, this is someone who's kind of comfortable in a gilded cage, you know what I mean? Consider or just reevaluate things that are comfortable to you that are also prisons, especially in home environments. Because there is going to be this energy for some of you to where you're at a crossroads between where you've been and where you're going. And it's like one of these choices is a completely leap of faith. It's like a completely new world. You know, you're going to be basically leaping off the edge of that balcony is what this is saying to me. You know what I mean? You can't have comfort and growth at the same time though. And being this emotionally unfulfilled, and it may require a completely new leap in a completely new space. We do have some fires. Oh gosh, we've got some fire sign energy coming up here. 2 of Wands was the first fire energy. Then we have the King and the Queen of Wands. So we've got a couple here, a very passionate relationship. This looks like a Leo energy to me. It could be Aries, it could be Sag, it could be anything, but this is the King and the Queen of Wands. So it's like, I don't know if there's a specific relationship that you have a choice, because there's also this burden. Some of you are dealing with burdens in the home environment, competition, having to stand up for certain things, okay? There's some burdens here emotionally, especially because you're going through 4th house energy, Aquarius. There could definitely be some heavy burdens that you need to put down in the home environment in order to stand up for some kind of greater passion. I mean, lots of fire here. It looks like this new beginning is linked to action, okay? This King and this Queen, they're all about action, and this is choosing a very new action. It might be risky, but I like it, Aquarius. I like that the King and the Queen of Wands showed up for you. But there's a decision, you're at a crossroads, okay? And there's this new leap of faith, this risk. For some of you guys, you don't want to take a risk until you feel this way, until you feel completely independent on your own, which may involve you, you know, kind of accepting this lack of emotional fulfillment for a little while before you take this risk. But it's a new beginning either way, and I love that you have 2 nines. So my advice is for you to grant your own wishes first of all, and set intention for yourself to become more emotionally fulfilled in a home environment, more emotionally fulfilled in a family situation. This is like, you know, a wish for, it's in reverse. So I don't know if there's just someone here who's not single. There might be a wish here to not be single or something, and it didn't get fulfilled, so now there's someone single. Another way to put this is like someone's wish didn't get granted financially or something, or it's kind of interesting. But 2 nines nonetheless, Aquarius. You may want to look up 9-9. You know what that does mean to me is that you're very close to an ending, which is getting close to a beginning. That might be why the Fool is here. So interesting. Very, very interesting. Your independence is coming up here. Some sort of gilded cage as well. So I hope that helps, Aquarius. Your readings are always strange. You know, this might have something to do with Uranus being in Taurus, your 4th house. So your home for the next 7 years is going to be strange. You're ruled by Uranus. So, you know, this energy is quite weird, okay? And my cards just did something kind of funny. to where this card was shown to me. So you might be waiting on something, Aquarius. There's lots of messages here, but I think you guys are just waiting to see what grows. You're just kind of waiting. You're just taking a step back, and this might be in regards to family or something. But you know, that Uranian energy, it's no joke. And the readings I do for you guys, sometimes it's I'm not really sure if it relates, so please let me know if that resonates with you guys. If you're an Aquarius, this is your 4th house, setting new intentions for your family, your home, your foundation, and your roots. All right, so let's see what's going on for Pisces. Pisces, New Moon in Taurus. All right, Pisces, so we had a few cards come out here. The first card that came, well, first of all, let's just talk about the fact that Taurus is our 3rd house. So this is all about communication, Pisces. This is about short distance travel in our lower mind. So what we say, Pisces, around the time of this new moon, this is like setting new intention to communicate in a different way. Be very mindful of the words you speak. You know, Mercury will be entering Taurus soon, and that'll be put even more of a focus. And the fact that Taurus rules like the throat chakra, thyroid energy, be very careful with your own throat chakra and the words that you're saying, because it's like what you're saying is going to grow. So, you know, be very careful about your spoken seeds. These are spoken seeds for Pisces, and our words are actually the seeds that are being planted. So you want to speak light into your environment. You want to speak, don't say anything that you don't intend, okay? 3rd house energy. We have the Queen of Cups, the beautiful Queen of Cups coming out. This is a Pisces, it's a Cancer, it's a Scorpio. It's a Scorpio woman for some of us, but I think, see that throat chakra? Like, there's going to be a lot that Pisces wants to say. We've been wanting to say things ever since the Mercury retrograde. But before we do that, it's like mastering our emotion, because Pisces, any water sign who is not balanced emotionally, you don't want to hear what they're going to say, because they're going to be speaking from a really dark, unbalanced, unstable place. So there's something here about mastering our emotion. Pisces is the ascendant master. Like, we are the last zodiac sign. And I feel like some of the time, the only reason why, you know, we're not emotionally stable is because we allow ourselves to connect with other people emotionally. This Queen of Cups, notice she's by herself. She's surrounded by water. She has a lid on the top of her own emotional cup. So she's actually the queen. She's one of the queens that don't always express her emotion. You know, this is like picking and choosing when you share your intimate emotion. And since we're going through 3rd house, it's like we have a lot to say. As the Queen of Cups, like we want to express ourselves, we want to communicate about what we feel right now, but we also have Uranus here making us seem very crazy, and we're also Pisces, so you know, we're just illusional, right? Like, people don't ever really even consider in consideration what we feel, because yeah, it's even coming out in me as I'm trying to talk here. Like, we're getting tongue-tied, a little bit confused. Now, we had a couple other cards come out too, Pisces, for this new moon in Taurus. The 2 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. So this is definitely a decision, okay? We are at a crossroads right now, feeling a bit blindfolded with this new moon in Taurus, and it might have something to do with love or, you know, reconciliation. There is a decision here to make. I think some of us are back and forth in our mind a little bit about what we feel. And again, you know, this is that cup that we had as the Queen of Cups, but now we've got this other person to consider. So this is the difference between Pisces when they're on their own, communicating with their own self emotionally, the bliss that we feel communicating spiritually, and you know how that can really become a bit confusing when we're involving ourselves with other people. We got air energy here, Leo. We've got other water signs here. I think this is about choosing others with a cup. Like, we know the value of our own emotion. You know, I didn't mention that, Pisces, but Taurus being our 3rd house is about us valuing communication, valuing what we have to say and what others have to say, valuing, you know, communicating about things that are worth it to us, or basically just, what I just heard is our words have worth, you know, only speaking about things that have value and worth, you know, communicating about what is ours, communicating about our possessions and what we have. And when it comes to a Pisces, all we have is this Queen of Cups energy, this cup that we're holding. And unfortunately, not everybody considers that valuable. And that's where these conversations are going to come up at, because there is a very strong emotional connection here with a person. Okay, these 2 people both have cups. It's kind of a soulmate energy. It's like you have a decision to make about a soulmate connection. Some of you have a decision to make about whether you're going to get back with this person or not, because this is sometimes a reconciliation. So to me, this looks like a choice between being on our own in order to protect our emotional stability and sharing what we've learned about emotions so far with another person, place, or thing. There is an emotional decision to make here. Okay, we're definitely in our head, back and forth. We may be blind to this connection. There may be a connection in front of us that we're blind to, but we're intertwined with someone else's cup. Bottom of the deck, Pisces, is the Four of Pentacles, that comfort zone of yours. Okay, Taurus and comfort zones, whoo, not a joke. So I don't know if we're just really hanging on tight to what we're. This is that Taurus energy, hanging on tight to what's yours, hanging on tight to what you value, your resources. This is a job, penny pinching energy. You make a little money, maybe want to hold on tight to it, but hanging on in our comfort zone is actually causing us conflicts, Pisces. There's something that needs to change here about conflict in a comfort zone. Again, this is also the Pisces energy. There could be new love coming in, but that might be conflicting feelings and emotions. In this case are what's conflicting what it is that we're hanging on to. So there's definitely conflict as far as a comfort zone. There's conflict financially, which is why some of us are trying to hang on tighter to what we're making and what we've earned, you know what I mean? So definitely hanging on to something, and in this case it's probably something we're hanging on to emotionally, something that we value emotionally. And you know, needless to say, there's a lot to communicate here, Pisces, but I don't even think we're ready to communicate it yet. Maybe we have to wait on, or not necessarily wait, but you know, you gotta have a cup to know a cup, you know what I mean? You gotta have that kind of energy to even approach this queen, because this is the real card that came out for us first, and then those two cards came out after. So stabilizing our emotion, mastering our emotion, Pisces, before we make any decisions regarding love or romance or getting back together with a person. Like, we got to know where we are at emotionally before we can choose anything. All right, because look at that water behind her in the Two of Swords. That's a lot of rocky water. And, you know, honestly, we're hanging on to conflict anyway over here. So we've got to release some conflict. There might be some apologies or some kind of conversation that needs to take place with Pisces. And definitely mastering and balancing our own emotion before we make any decisions. But I love the Queen of Cups. It shows us that we're setting our intention to become this Queen of Cups woman. And shortly after mastering that Queen of Cups, you know, she is a very nurturing, romantic woman, very, very kind and generous. And so why would she not want to intertwine the cup that she's been focusing on with someone else? Just be very careful, Pisces. We jump too soon, and if we make too quick decisions, we'll wind up with someone toxic or harmful or something like that. Someone who just wants to take this cup when they don't even know the true value of it. So I love that the Queen of Cups is coming out for us. It's telling us to set our intention to be more balanced, because there's a lot going on, Pisces, and we're all empaths. So we have to master our emotions before we choose something. And we also have to let go of conflicts. Alright, guys. So usually this is the part of the video where I pull a tarot card for all of us, but I actually pulled one from this new deck that I have called Nature's Whispers. It's very Taurus energy, and I already pulled the card, and I have the little message as far as it too, and we have gratitude and appreciation. Very beautiful cards. Obviously a unicorn in this card, and a small child. A lot of children energy coming up here. A lot of earth, and I see a full moon with a rainbow around it up there. So I think this has a lot to do with the full moon in Scorpio as well, but gratitude and appreciation. I think Taurus appreciates that kind of energy. So what this is talking about, it says recognize the good qualities in others and openly share your gratitude with them. Write notes of thanks to those who have helped you. If someone deserves acknowledgement, take the time to let a superior or colleague know so that you receive the recognition they deserve. Nature is continually sharing its beauty for us to appreciate. Beholding a rainbow is a gift, and when we encounter a rainbow's beauty, it is the perfect time to be grateful for all the gifts in our life. It is important to generate the positive flow of thankfulness that can bring joy into someone else's life. By doing so, you will not only decrease your stress, but you'll also generate the feeling of goodwill and love in your life. So honestly, you guys, I feel like this came up because in order to set new intentions for, you know, that Taurus energy, setting new intentions for finances, new intentions for resources, we first have to be grateful and appreciative for what we have. So I think this is not so much about setting new intention for more. It's about simply just being grateful for what we already have. You know what I mean? I did pull this before the video, but I focused my intention and I asked for a new moon in Taurus message, and we got this beautiful gratitude and appreciation. The more grateful and appreciative we are, the more abundance we will attract into ourselves. So don't let that slip your mind when it comes to all this money energy, this finance energy, this new energy here. It's about being grateful and appreciative right now, guys. You know, so I think that we all, for this new moon, we should write out a small list of things, of people, places, whatever it is. We need to find things in our life that we're grateful for and appreciative for. That way we can align ourselves with even more of that coming in. Okay? So those are the messages I have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening to my Taurus New Moon video. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful new moon on May 4th. And other than that, guys, I will talk to you next time on the Scorpio full moon. Bye!